Yo, what is up, dudes? Well, it must be Monday because we have a new guitar of the week. Very excited this week. It's a brand I love, brand I've featured many times. And this is their latest addition to their lineup. And, you know, it's always good to look at the cutting edge of what a brand is putting out. This is their latest model. I speak, of course, of Fender. Yeah, Fender. Good old Fender. Can't go wrong with a Fender. Gotta love them. So I believe this is one of their newest models, which is why there's no tape on this box. Brand new. Might take me a second to pull these staples open now. Oh, man. Does it have a? Yeah. Gotta look for those little up arrows. Yeah, right there on this cam. You can see it. All right. Here we go. Now, is this got a case or a bag? It does. Well, first we have some stuff here. That looks like a tremolo arm, some wrenches. Okay, here we go. You all ready for this? Well, actually, this is a spacer. Get rid of that. Oy. There we go. I'm interested in checking this out. As any YouTuber will tell you, there's always a risk. Unboxing on cam, you never know. Even with the best logistics, accidents happen. But so far, I don't think I've received one with shipping damage. I think this is guitar number 53. Of the 52 prior guitars, 2 of them had problems, probably straight from the factory. And they were both the same problem. And that is, everything worked fine except the bridge pickup. Just for some reason, in one of them, the bridge pickup was making no sound. I was like, oh, that's not right. It's gonna be tough to do a video with this one. And then the other one, the bridge pickup was making sound, but it was barely audible. And I said, oh, that almost sounds like when you, like a phase inverter on it, right? Like they're canceling each other out, and all you're hearing is the slight difference between the 2 coils. So, yeah, it happens, but it's pretty rare. That was 2 out of 52. So, you statisticians out there can whip up the probability. Nice thick padded case. Bag. Let's call it a bag. This is a bag. See? This is what happens when you hold a bag up. See that? What happens when you hold a bag up from the end? It collapses versus a case, right? That's a bag. All right. Get rid of that. Nice bag, though. I can't bag on the bag. See what I did there? That's writing. Straight from the MacBook of any Hollywood hack. Some of you will get that reference. Oh, that's nice. Now, is this going to be a squeak? It's going to be a squeaky. It's a squeaky. I could just tell. This thing's going to be. Oh, it's a squeaker. I like how the industry is moving towards this, like, hear that? They're moving towards more of a cloth, which I appreciate because of the squeaking. This thing gets, oh, how do they even get it in there? No one knows. See, the cloth ones just will come right off without. Someday I will drop a guitar on cam. Someday. Just a matter of time, right? How many do I have to get to? Oh, that is beautiful. Let me pull this little bag off here. Oh, that is nice. I'll pull this off, and there you go. Beautiful. Oh, I like it. I like sunburst finishes. Oh, and it's a little heavy, too. Got a little bit of weight to it. Not the lightest Strat I've ever held, that's for sure. Not the heaviest, though. You know, I have an ash one from the early 80s. Late 70s, early 80s. Those guitars were like just a tank. They were made with that American ash. Beautiful looking guitar, though. This is, of course, the Player 2 modified. And the modifications on this one are clearly a humbucker in the bridge and a Floyd Rose, which I love. Don't fear the Floyd. Once you sort of understand how they work and get it down, it's hard to go back to a regular trem after that. In fact, I barely use trems on guitars that aren't a Floyd Rose, because the Floyd Rose is just so good at it. When you use those other systems, not quite the same. And also, and this can't be stressed enough, because the Floyd locks it right here and right here, so this extra stuff at the top is not affected when you drop the trem, and there's no extra, ball end going down through a block and into the back, so there's no extra string. When you have extra string past the bridge and extra string past the nut, the trem doesn't work as efficiently, because the strings, the tension behind the nut and behind the saddles absorbs that tension slack. And so you don't get quite the same drop. If you drop the bar on a regular guitar and on a Floyd Rose to the same level, this would be much, much lower in pitch, because there's nowhere for the tension to get pulled up, right, at the top. Can't get pulled up through the top or pulled back through the bridge, right, because there's a lock right there and a lock right there. So you're just between these 2 points, and that's why Floyd Rose, when you really drop it, the strings fall completely off the thing, off the fretboard, and come right back in the tune again. The only downside to Floyd Rose is, and one I will face right now, the strings stretch. Takes a while to get it in tune. Once you lock it up, you're sort of locked in, and then you only work off the fine tuners. And it is my recommendation to get it as tuned up as you possibly can and as stretched out as much as you can before you lock it down, because the fine tuners really don't do that much. About a half a step, maybe a whole step, and that's about all it can do. So you're not really getting the tuning like you can get here. If you had a massive drop, I would not tune it down here. It's only when it's slightly off the meter. Oh, let me bring this back up. Or it's slightly sharp. Let me bring that back down. But, I'm down by a whole step. You have to unlock this and tune it up. That's the one side to Floyd Roses. Other than that, it's all upside. To me, it's the best trem on the market. All right, enough Floyd Rose talk. You know what I got to do? I got to plug it in. I have to tune it up. We will check it out. I will see you in a sec. All right, we are back. Yeah, I tell you, I was really enjoying this guitar, tuning it up and getting it ready. It's actually pretty close in tune. That's pretty common with Floyd Roses. Not a huge, right, because they tune it up before they send it out. So it was pretty good. Let me show you the back. I think I ever showed you the back. Right there. Right in here. There you are. Right there. Yeah. beautiful, beautiful playing neck. Unlike that Fender I had a while back, the Vintera, this has absolutely no fret sprout whatsoever. Now, we are a little bit more humid than we were, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, whenever that was. So that could account for some of it, but I almost feel like a little bit more detail was paid to this guitar than, it's just the luck of the draw when it comes to, how much time someone spends on it. And, I'm sure they have a process, but these are really good. These are like noticeably smooth and nice. No, I thought this might have I guess the deluxe. I thought these might have locking tuners, but it doesn't. It's just the normal ping. They worked, but fine, solid tuners. There's nothing wrong with them. But I don't know. I guess when I see the noiseless pickups, I think of the one, of the Plus series, but I guess it's modified. So many guitars. All right, let's come up with some specs for you here. Just give me a second. There it is. Here's the Strat. This is the Fender Player 2 Modified Stratocaster HSS-FR electric guitar with rosewood fretboard, fingerboard, and a gig bag, as we saw earlier. Let's get to the specs. And here we go. Y'all ready for this? Series, Player 2 Modified. Some specs, they just answer themselves. The model name, the Player 2 Modified Stratocaster HSS Floyd Rose. Sure. Body material is alder. I tell you, it does have a little weight to it. It's a dense alder. The body finish is gloss polyester. The neck is a maple modern C. Very comfortable neck. I love the shape and feel of this neck. It's really nice. The neck finish is satin urethane. The fretboard is rosewood with a 12-inch radius. It has 22 medium jumbo frets. The position inlays are white dot. I believe that's for the side as well. These are all just white dot inlays. The nut is a Floyd Rose R3 locking. Remember that R5 we had here? My God. The tuning machines are standard cast sealed. The scale length is 25.5. The bridge is a Floyd Rose special double locking tremolo. The pick guard is a 3-ply black. The bridge pickup is a Fender Player 2 modified humbucker. The middle and neck pickups are a Fender Player 2 noiseless Strat pickups. The pickup switching is a 5-way position that would normally work, right? So down here it's the humbucker. Usually here it's these two, but I think there's some coil cutting that can go on if you engage it. And then we have, it's just the standard middle and neck and the neck. And then there is a push-pull pot right down here. And that is to split the humbucker into a single coil mode. And so I think it's all noiseless, except if you pull this out. And then you're going to introduce noise, because these are already noiseless. So I don't think you can combine this with this and get noiseless. I'm pretty sure you can't. Only if it's in humbucker mode, because then you have two humbuckers, right? So just gotta think it through a little bit. Coil split for humbucking pickup. The controls are a master volume with a treble bleed, and there's a tone 1 and a tone 2. Pretty standard Strat, layout. Although the tone 1 and the tone 2, so Fender used to make the tone 1 and tone 2 for like the middle and the neck, and the bridge didn't do anything. But this is the middle and the neck are on one tone and the bridge is on the other tone. It depends on the series. Fender's been all over the place with that setup. What else do we have here? We have aged white or parchment plastic control knobs. The hardware finish is nickel chrome. The strings are a Fender USA 9 through 42, and it includes a deluxe gig bag that we saw earlier, which is a nice bag. I can't bag on the bag, as we like to say. It's a pretty good bag. And just playing it off camera, I thought the pickups that sounded really good. Obviously, that's the bridge. There's the coil cut. Back to the humbucker. That obviously is the neck. Let's go to position 2. I have the humbucker on. So this is the humbucker with the middle pickup. Let's bring that single coil online. So this is a split humbucker and the middle pickup. Back to the humbucker. You're hearing it. Have to double check to see if this is coil cutting when I'm. Oh, I just heard some hum, so I'm thinking it does. So this is in position 2, yeah. I'd say it's got, this back coil is much stronger than this coil. You're going to get some pickup no matter what you hit, but the difference in sound it's much higher. So it looks like it's the outer coil. Let's just go to this. Again, I have it in humbucker mode. Yeah. Yeah, and I put it right. Yeah. So when you split it, it's this back coil. It's the back coil. So if I go in here, now it's these two coils. But remember, this one's humbucking. So you have to have an even number. It's got to be either, a humbucker, or it's got to be 4 coils. If you have 3 coils, by definition, you have one coil that's a single coil. And so it's going to be, you're going to introduce hum. This is the middle pickup. Help if I could play it. All right, now here is, that was the middle, right? That was, I'm sure I'm on the right one here. Oh, that's right. There's the middle. Right, and that's position 4. Here is position, that was position 3, the middle. This is position 4. Really hear that treble bleed circuit. There's that. That sounds perfect. In other words, it doesn't go to mud when you lower the volume, which is actually more common than you would think. Sometimes you can't help but switch pickups. But we're back to position 4. Now let's just go to just the neck. You know, the Fender noiseless pickups do sound awesome. I think so. Yeah. I tell you, man, Fender, their in-house pickups, sounding good. Sounding really, really good, you know? Absolutely. Okay. We have to switch it to clean because, as it's well documented, everybody wants to hear it clean. That's position 2. This is the humbucker. Position 2. Position 3. Position 4. And position 5. Hold on. Oop. Yeah. All right. Dual heavy rig? Absolutely. I'm sorry. Behave lead first. Can't go quite to the dual heavy rig because that's a little nuts. Hell yeah. right. Dual heavy rag. Staying a pretty good tune. Definitely pull up on it too. Hell yeah. You know, and I like this volume knob too. It's in the right spot and it's nice and light, easy to turn. I really hate the going through the sludge, going through the mud. We're back to where we started with our Brit 87. Hell yeah. Yeah, you know, it's kind of my guitar. It's a Strat with a Floyd Rose. It's a super Strat with a humbucker in the bridge. I mean, this is pretty much my style of guitar. And I actually prefer the single, double over, say, two humbuckers or a humbucker, single humbucker. You know, there's just something about it. It's hard to get that sound. That twang. Do a humbucker, even if it is coil cut. Hell yeah. God, I love this guitar. To say this, kind of like this one. I like the neck on it a lot. It's like really, really nice. Yeah, no, this is a great guitar. I really, really like this guitar. The Fender Player 2 modified. It was just it's modified. The Fender Player 2 Modified Stratocaster HSS FR with the Floyd Rose is the guitar of the week. And like every guitar of the week, there will be a link in the description for pricing, specs I might have missed, any other information you may need to know about it. And there you have it. Let me just show you the back again. There seems to be a tiny bit of figuring. Not really. That's the luck of the draw. There's no figuring spec, on this guitar. I wouldn't expect anything. But you might see a tiny bit of figuring. You can see it on there. Yeah, a little bit. Not much. But, again, that's just the luck of the draw. So, there you have it. All right, dudes, as always, thanks so much for hanging out. And rock on.